Hi all, hope you're learning well. So today's video is all about how to create instance using Python. So in previously we have done from the console, we have learned also how to create the instance from the Cloud Shell, but this time we are focusing on how to create an instance using the Python. Yes, we will use the open editor, and for that I have the setup ready. So I'm into the VM instance. You can see there's no any instance are available. So first of all, you have to open your Cloud Shell. Okay, I have already opened the Cloud Shell. So the first thing, you will go to your Cloud Shell and then you will open your editor. Right. So in the Cloud Shell, the first thing what I'm going to do it, I will create a one, let me make it large. Okay, so this is currently I have ls, right? So for this, what you have to do it, you have to create a one first step, you have to create a one directory by name of mkdir python. The second step is you have to create a one service key account, service account. Through that you have to create a key, and that key we will use. So let's start with the first directory. I will create a one mkdir, okay, and I'm giving this Python, and ls, the directory has been created, cd python. Okay, right. So this is the first step I have completed. The second step is that you have to create a one key through the service account, and that key you have to upload inside this directory. So I have already created a service account. Let me help you to create a new one. Just go to IAM. So you have a service account option there. You can get inside the service account. You see I already have created a one service account, and if you want to create a new service account, you can go to this. You can give the service account name VM key, any logical user defined name you can write it. Okay, service account ID is written there, description I'm skipping that. Create and continue, and I will go to the self. Let's go to the basic and make it editor option and click on to continue. All right, user role, if you want to specify user role and access, it's optional, so I will skip this, and I will click on done. A simple step, and your service account is created. A VM key, I will get inside this key. Here you have the option, if you want to write some description related to this key, you can. Just creating the key. Okay, just go to the keys, and here you have add keys. I want to get a new key that in the JSON format, and I will, the moment you click on create, it will get downloaded on your local machine. Okay, private key saved to your computer. I will put on my desktop, so I will put onto my file on desktop and set this. So now this file is all available on my desktop. So this is a simple process to create the key. Okay, so as I told you that the second step, once you create the key, you have to upload that key inside this directory. So you have the option to, let me select the file, go to the desktop. So the first one is my JSON file. If you have saved on your any path, you have to give the path, and make sure you define this path. So remember that I told this key you have to put inside the Python directory. So by default it is taking your home directory, so you make sure you write the directory name. I have created the directory name Python. Alright, so I have selected the Python, and then I will click on upload. Okay, and I will recheck the file created or not. cd python, Python, and okay, I guess already I'm into the Python. Yeah, I was already into the Python, so let me just, right, this is the Python directory, and you see that inside this my JSON file is already there. Step 2 is completed. Okay, now what you have to do, you have to open your editor. Okay, so I have already opened my editor, and you see that when you open your cloud editor, that option will be coming here, open editor, right? Somewhere you have to click on the open editor, and you see that the option will come open editor, and you have to do nothing. You have to just, you see that it is reflecting, right? So you can see the folder, or simply you can do one thing. You can go to this and go to the file for server side and open folder, right? And you select your path, right? This path, you see that this is the path where you have, right? You see this is the path, and inside this you have created a Python. Okay, it is already coming, I have written, and you click on OK, just server side. Okay, get inside this, and now you see that inside this file, this folder, your JSON is coming. I will rename this key.json. Okay, just rename the file name. Okay, I put it JSON, and I will create one new file where I will put the command to create the Python file, where I will write the script to create the instance. So I will make it new VM dot py. Okay, it's logical name, you can write it. Okay, and here we have the VM, it's ready. Okay, now I will open my open editor. Alright, so let me read this code. So you have to import this library. More important is compute VM. Okay, and import OS. Well, this is your setting the environment variable for Google Cloud authentication that provide the key file. So key.json. What is your file name? I have given the key. Remember that, or rename that. If you are giving some other name, you make sure that you put the same JSON file name. And the second word, my new instance. Okay, so if you want to create a new instance, what is the instance name, you can write it. So I have written my new instance 0. It's a user defined, and which zone you want to make it. US West 1, machine tabs and 1 standard. I have given the machine configuration. Hope you remember that. When you're creating a instance, you have to give the operating system, you have a disk, machine type, CPU, boot, every information you have to pass, location as well. So I'm passing all this parameter inside this file. Zone change and 1 standard 1, region US West 1. Even if you not pass, it will take the default one. Okay, and then okay, now inside this, the project Debian image, the operating system, I'm putting that, and some part of network interface I have passed. So the IP address and all, it's being needed, so I pass the default NAT. Now coming to this, create a compute engine client. So here I'm creating an object by giving the compute client. It's a user defined, and here compute v1. This is nothing, your compute v1 that I'm taking from. So this library importing from there. This I'm using the function here, and using that instance client, I'm calling this function by this library. Now compute client. Okay, now compute client, and now configuring the new VM instance. So what are the parameter I'm just passing there? I will call from this from here, instance name, machine type, all the parameter that I have passed here. Boot true, auto delete true, initialized parameter, this all being already been defined, so I'm calling from here. This all the files. Then network configuration, network interface, and a very important parameter is there. What you have your project name, you have to change it here. Okay, so what is my project name? I guess I have to change this. PRWA. What's a project? Let me go back. So Prwatech 290824. 290824. You make sure that what you have the project, so you pass it, the project ID. and rest what we have, it will remain the same. Instance, what are the information required, syntax, everything is fine. It will print current VM instance name, what you have given, it will print if it runs successfully. So I will take this command, okay, and I will put this in your editor, I guess. Press and paste the command. Okay, your JSON file name, your project ID name, and a machine is user defined, which is not needed. If everything is fine, then you can go and click onto this 290824, right? And I will debug this code again. It's working fine. So the project name, you can see that the project ID which I have, something was wrong. So now everything is fine. Now the final step, what you have to do, you have to run this Google Cloud Python P. Okay, Python 3, the latest version is being the Python 3 it is supporting. So I'm passing that pip install to Google Cloud Compute. So let me copy. Okay, and okay, let me try. Here I will finally run this script file from my console user bin. My Python is already into your bin, and now which file you want to execute, you have to give the path. Okay, so it's home, right? This path you have to give it. So home contact 0, let me type it, Python, and inside this Python I had created a one file, and that file name is what, new vm.py, right? Hope you understand. So I'm talking about this file which I have created inside the Python folder, and you see this is what, the path which I'm writing here. And now I'm executing this. So something, say it's not there, something I have contact 012300. It's better, let me copy and paste. /user. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. So here your instance, it got created. Okay. If all right, if you wish to, okay, so simple, lots of error, I guess that was syntax wise, you can ignore, but yeah, sometimes my mouse is getting failed, so struggling. Anyway, so finally this is what we have, and let's say I will execute this as so. I will execute this again. If I'm coming and writing this again, so new one, a new instance, let me refresh. Yeah, so the new one instance, a two instance created. Hope you learn well. So a simple step 1, create a key using service accounts. Step 2, create a directory and put this JSON into this directory from the Cloud Shell. Step 3, open your editor and write the script in the Python and execute it. Thank you. Hope you learn well. Hey, don't forget to download our app for access to free courses and interactive quizzes. Stay connected with us on social media for updates and free content. See you next time. Happy learning.